It's 2025 and Washington, D.C. has a ghost, one that wears a suit, flew private, and knew everyone. His name? Jeffrey Epstein. Years after his death, his story is more alive than ever. Every few months, a new leak or wild statement drags his name back into the headlines. The Epstein scandal is the ultimate political weapon and conspiracy generator, haunting the powerful. It whispers in Congress, screams on social media, and sends White House officials scrambling. This mess touches everything people distrust: wealth, power, secrets. In a city built on secrets, Epstein's is the biggest of all, connecting enemies, exposing hidden friendships. The more Washington tries to bury this story, the more questions and suspicions it digs up. The ghost of Epstein isn't going anywhere, and neither are the secrets he left behind. So who was Jeffrey Epstein? Before infamy, he was a super-rich financier with a private island, a Manhattan mansion, and a jet called the Lolita Express. He collected powerful friends, presidents, princes, scientists, Wall Street titans, but beneath the glamour was a dark secret. Epstein was a convicted sex offender using his wealth to exploit young girls. In 2008, he got a shockingly lenient deal in Florida. The story faded until 2019. Arrested again for sex trafficking, it seemed justice was coming, but then, the twist: Epstein was found dead in his cell. The official story was suicide, but the circumstances, broken cameras, missing cellmate, sparked instant suspicion. Instead of answers, his death left a vacuum filled with conspiracy theories. Epstein didn't kill himself became a viral meme, shorthand for a cover-up. With no trial, the secrets he held never came out, turning the search for truth into a national obsession. His death left a giant question mark over everything. The public's hunger for answers only grew. The story became less about Epstein and more about the powerful people he left behind, and that's why his ghost still haunts Washington. Epstein's little black book was a who's who of global power. Flight logs packed with presidents, royalty, and moguls. He didn't just know these people, he partied and did business with them. Every name linked to Epstein is now scrutinized. Were they involved or just in the wrong place? Even a brief connection is toxic in politics, where perception is everything. Theories flourish. Was Epstein an intelligence asset? Was he blackmailing the elite? With no trial, the void is filled by speculation. For politicians, the Epstein connection is a perfect attack. Just a name on a flight log can ruin reputations. The scandal taps into deep public distrust of the elite, symbolizing a system that protects its own. It's no longer just about Epstein's crimes, it's about a broken system. That's why Washington can't look away. By 2024, the Epstein saga took a new turn. The promise of the list. Trump hinted at releasing secret Epstein files if elected, electrifying his base. After the election, Attorney General Pam Bondi claimed the infamous client list was on her desk. The internet exploded, but the released documents were mostly old news. Bondi blamed the FBI for holding back, then hyped up thousands of videos under review. In July 2025, the DOJ announced no formal client list existed and no more files would be released, contradicting Bondi. The result? Confusion, anger, and accusations of cover-ups or political stunts. Trump defended Bondi but also called the obsession a hoax, turning on his own supporters. The promise of answers dissolved into political chaos, fueling even more suspicion. The public was left with more questions than ever. This saga's cast is huge, but a few names stand out. Donald Trump's history with Epstein goes back decades. Friends, then foes, now under scrutiny as his name appears in documents. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, became a lightning rod with her bold claims and lack of results, making her both hero and villain. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, is seen as the key to the conspiracy, convicted, but many believe she knows more. Even President Trump once wished her well, fueling speculation. Enter Elon Musk, now head of the US Doge service, who uses his massive platform to question the official story and keep the conspiracy alive. His posts reach millions, ensuring the case never fades. These figures, each with their own motives, keep the drama alive and the public hooked. The story keeps pulling in new players, making it impossible to ignore. The cast keeps growing, and so does the chaos. The Epstein scandal isn't just talk, it's shaking Washington. A bipartisan House subcommittee has subpoenaed the Trump administration for every Epstein file, showing Congress's frustration. The fallout is real. At least 2 high-profile officials have resigned over Epstein links. Even a minor connection can end a career, creating a culture of fear in D.C. Amid the chaos, officials try distraction tactics, like declassifying unrelated files, to shift the spotlight. But these moves only fuel suspicion and keep the scandal in the headlines. The administration's clumsy handling has made things worse, turning the scandal into a self-inflicted wound. The drama overshadows everything else, no matter what else is happening in Washington. The fire keeps burning, and the government can't put it out. So what's next? More sealed court documents are set to be released, promising new names and details. Each release reignites the cycle of speculation and accusation. Will we ever get the full truth? With Epstein and key accuser Virginia Giuffre both dead, some secrets may be buried forever. For victims and the public, the lack of answers is infuriating. The Epstein scandal is about more than one man. It's about abuse of power, elite secrets, and a justice system that feels rigged. Following the story is a way for people to demand accountability, even if it's just online. As long as there are unanswered questions and powerful names, the ghost of Epstein will haunt Washington. The story isn't dying. It's becoming a permanent part of America's political landscape.